Hi, I'm Jeff, FJMT Architects in Melbourne. This is a project which we delivered in the heart of COVID, so it had a lot of challenges. And it's the school's called the building Alatus, which is wings or flying. But we'd like to first of all acknowledge our elders past and present and First Native people. Here's the team. We did both the architecture, interiors and landscape. And it was a lovely project to work on. Peninsula Grammar is it's a private school down in Mount Eliza, and this is the opening ceremony, which is really what you're all about, is to deliver a result for the kids to use. So it was their 50th anniversary, and they have been there predominantly in traditional brick buildings, I guess, for that long time. We were approached to design an innovation centre. The principal wasn't sure what it was. He did say he wanted one, and he thought it was a library without books, but that's about where it left. So it was a journey we both went on together as a team with the school, the staff, and the students to actually build this building collectively, which was quite a good thing to do. The site's actually part of the original Walter Billy Griffin estate, which they did down in Mount Eliza, and it was predominantly a golf course. So the remnants of the site are actually has some magnificent trees, which we were fortunate enough to actually utilise in this project. So the school was literally a greenfield site. It was built as I guess, in competition to the bluestone grammars up in the city, but they knew they were never going to have that sort of history, so they've always had a slightly different approach. They started with fairly rudimentary facilities. They were all modernist in style. A lot of modernist building in Mount Eliza, and this is really a school that was built in that area as well. Some of the original buildings, some of the original trees, you can actually see they were built on the fairways. Not that I'm a golfer, but that's what they were. So the school is, obviously on the Mornington Peninsula. It's close to the ocean. It really does have a different feel, and it's the intersection of a couple of major freeways as well. So views in and out of the school are important. Previously, they really hadn't taken advantage of a lot of those as well. So the school is known as they call it the school in the trees. It's quite, the green space is important, and we were very keen to capitalise on that as an asset when we were working with them on the school site. So the current entry of this campus is on the eastern side. There was a bit of land down the back of the school, as they called it, near the oval. They weren't quite sure what to do. So we thought this could be a great way of really orientating the campus to take a more circular view of itself as opposed to a sort of a front door type place. So the site was, facing onto an oval, so it had some great aspects across into the bay as well. There's the brief for some mid-level kids, and they wanted a new way of learning. They didn't really want to have traditional classrooms. They had enough of those. So this was really about an innovative and a different way for kids to interact and learn with the teaching staff. Here's the site. We had some key main axes into the site, so circulation from the junior school and the senior school both could utilise this building. Views across the oval. Unfortunately, there was a road there which accessed the depot, as they called it, so we had to deal with that as well. But it was orientated well. We did get northern light, but the west was to the oval, so again we had some challenges to deal with. So we looked at, there was a couple of other things we wanted to do. We wanted to build a timber building. We were very keen on moving them away from their traditional brick buildings, which they'd been utilised since the 60s, something that really was quite fresh and of its time. There was a brief here which included, part of the vision we came up with was this new way of treating that interface between the oval and the building itself, calming traffic down, some boom gates, and actually getting a quasi-grandstand viewing space as well, plus courtyards, learning courts, etc. We did the landscape as well, which was a nice thing to do. So it was quite a detailed project really, and we did some schemes for a growth of the basketball court or other spaces adjoining could eventually be added to it. So here's some views of the school itself, the solar panels on top, a very high green agenda. But the main thing was really about was a very tactile building. We were very keen to really, from an experiential point of view for the kids and staff for that matter, provide a very different environment to what they're used to. So it's all blackbutt timber. It's beautifully put together. We work very closely with the builder. We use stainless steel rods to suspend the timber blades into position. The ground floor it's predominantly open plan, study spaces, and the upper floor is, I guess, library and lecture theatres. So proportion-wise, concrete frame with a timber exterior. It's designed to optimise views to the west over the oval, but in a controlled way. So it has a beautifully proportioned courtyard with a tree in it, which we also planted, and then an outdoor learning space. So really blurring that edge between traditional classroom spaces. Doors open up, people can learn in, people can move out. Worked very hard on the detailing, controlling sun and collecting water, and expressing the concrete frame itself. Very honest building. It's designed so you understand how it works. All the services are exposed, but it does really create this sort of very gentle feel. The kids, I've been told by the staff, love being in there. It's a very calming space, and it really does engage in a different way of thinking. Again, you can sort of see how we've worked hard to bring the outside in and the inside out. As I said, it was designed around a learning tree, which the school provided, and you can sort of see these spaces move forward. Kids are already enjoying it. Hopefully that tree will grow soon. Some of the detailing, connections through to the adjoining spaces. It was quite complex build, as mentioned. These are very large spans of timber, which we've tried very hard with the builder to design in a beautiful way. Okay, internal spaces, services exposed, expressed, flexible spaces. The library, designed it and built with a local artist, Indigenous flower, light. Some of the spaces there. The theatre itself, 70 seats. Again, activates some of the detailing of the timber. Space here. Some of the facades on the south. Views from inside the building itself. And that's the building at night time. And I think that's the last one. There we go.